So in today's class we are going to see about a wet dye. That is, we are going to dye the cotton sample, either yarn or fabric. It can be dyed with a wet dye. The speciality of wet dye is it is an insoluble dye. So before going to dye we have to make it soluble. For that we have to use the chemical sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrosulfite. So the sample should be treated first with sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrosulfite for 15 minutes. So during this time what will happen is the insoluble wet dye will be going to get soluble into as a soluble wet dye. This process or phenomenon is known as wetting. So after that this dye should be treated with cotton sample. We have to take sodium hydroxide and sodium chloride so that it will increase the intensity of the dye, and also we can able to dye with various shades of lighter, medium and darker shades. Students, the initial weight of the sample noted is 4.576. So that is the sample we are going to use for dyeing. So students, the calculation is shown in the notebook. So you have to take percentage of dye of 0.5% on weight of material, and sodium hydroxide 1 grams per liter, ml ratio is 1:20, and sodium hydrosulfite is 1 grams per liter, and sodium chloride 1 grams per liter. So the calculation has been given. So what we have to do is we have to take the cotton sample of 4.574 grams and it should be treated with water of 91.48 ml, that is approximately 92 ml, and we have to take 0.09 grams of sodium hydroxide and 0.091 grams of sodium hydrosulfite and 92 ml of water, and we have to make it as a paste and then as a dye solution, and it should be heated in the heater for nearly 15 minutes in the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. So during this time what will happen is the insoluble wet dye is going to convert as a soluble one, and then only we have to put the sample by wetting it, and we have to go for dyeing. Now we are going to take the 92 ml of water. So now we are taking 0.09 grams of sodium hydroxide. Now we are taking 0.09 grams of sodium hydrosulfite. Students, now we have taken water, sodium required amount of sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrosulfite, and it has been heated for nearly 15 minutes at 60 degrees Celsius. Then only the insoluble wet dye is going to get converted to soluble form. So we have to wait for 15 minutes. Students, we have to take 0.02 grams of wet dye. Students, now we are adding 0.02 grams of wet dye, and we have to stir for 15 minutes so that the insoluble wet dye is going to get converted to soluble form. Students, so after 15 minutes we have to wet the sample and we have to put it in the dye bath. So we have to dye the sample for 20 minutes. So we have to take 0.09 grams of sodium chloride. So that should be added in 2 portions during dyeing. So now we are adding half portion of sodium chloride at the initial stage of dyeing. Students, now we are adding the remaining amount of sodium chloride to the dye bath. So after adding the remaining amount of sodium chloride, so we have to dye for another 20 minutes. So we are adding sodium chloride, which will going to increase the dye intensity, so that we are adding the salt of sodium chloride. So at the starting of dyeing we are adding that is we have to add the sodium chloride in 2 installments or 2 portions. So we have added first portion during the first 15 minutes. Now we have added the remaining amount of sodium chloride, and dyeing should be carried out for another 15 to 20 minutes. Students, now we have dyed for 60 minutes. So after dyeing is for wet dye, we have to go for oxidizing before going to washing with soap water and cold water. Students, the sample has been the cotton sample has been dyed with wet dye. So after dyeing, what we are going to do is we are subjecting the dyed sample for oxidizing. So the importance of oxidizing is, so during oxidation, so the sample has been subjected for air oxidation. So during air oxidation, what happens is the soluble dye is going to get insoluble. That is, the dye particles will be get in the reaction with the cellulosic molecule, and it will permanently get fixed to the cellulose of the cotton molecule. So students, so after air oxidation, so we are subjecting the air oxidation sample to washing with soap water. So we have to rinse the sample with 1 or 2 times in soap water, and then we have to wash the sample with cold water. So we have to wash it with cold water. After washing with cold water, the sample should be subjected for drying in the dryer. So after drying, the sample has to be taken out and it should be subjected for weighing. So after drying, the sample has been subjected for weighing. So the weight of the final sample is found out as 4.723 grams. So that is the final weight of the cotton fabric.